All right. Jerrod Carmichael. Jerrod Carmichael. Did you see his stand up on Netflix? Or no, HBO, excuse me. Did you see it?
No, sorry, I didn't mean to laugh.
Netflix
Why
is
did
like,
I laugh?
I don't know. I guess everything's Netflix, right? But so fair mistake.
Why I laugh?
But Jerrod Carmichael, he came out as gay, and he had some words. All right. So peep this. Well, more importantly, he has lots of friends in the industry, and I guess when he came out as gay, he thought a lot of people would be reaching out to him, like, "Oh man, courageous. I got you." Whatever. Apparently, if you let him tell it, nobody reached out to him. The only person that reached out to him was his niece. His niece said, "I see you, I hear you," and that was it. So, anyways, he did a stand up and he goes, I love this generation. I actually fuck with them and fuck all those comedians that are going so hard against them. There's more. This is to Chappelle now. Chappelle, do you know what comes up when you Google your name, bro? Hmm. That's a pretty good question. I never thought about this, right? And he's talking about his legacy, right? So he's basically saying, bro, when you Google your name, what comes up is jokes against transgender people. So let's take an actual quote. So quote, it's an odd hill to die on. And it's like, hey, bro, who the fuck are you? Who do you fuck? What do you like to do? Childish jokes aside, who the fuck are you? It's just kind of played, but he's choosing to die on that hill. So, all right, let him. Chappelle's come out as a turf, right? As a turf. And, this guy, I don't know, he's kind of making some good points, but let's continue another quote. I think a lot of times people who offer nothing truthful or meaningful about themselves then complain about society at large and create this boogeyman. It's like, listen, that's the most urgent thing in your life. God bless you. So again, putting that into context and perspective, this is a guy that came out, lots of friends in the industry. Nobody said boo to him.
He's a little bit late on the whole come out thing. If he wanted to be trending with that, I think he's
No,
just a little bit late
I
on.
don't even think I just think he's mad. I just think he's angry.
He wants attention, obviously, is what he
Yes,
wants.
and nobody gave it to him, so he's like, all right, F you, Chappelle.
Okay, but are you coming out because you're gay? Or are you coming out because you want people to link you and say congratulations? Like, are you actually gay? Like, what is that? Are we getting? I mean, are we getting to a point where the attention for coming out is more important than the actual thing itself? Like, didn't we live in a time where the action of just coming out was big enough?
Yeah.
Like you didn't really need to have acknowledgement. You would probably tell one person, it'd be the first person you ever told, and you'd be like, wow, that felt great. Since when do we need 1,000 likes and 20 comments to go along with it?
The other thing, and you're making a great point, because there was a time that when you came out as gay, right, or lesbian or whatever, yeah, you would want that support, because in that time it was kind of going against the grain. So you'd want to know that you know what I mean, your counterparts or your peers got your back. Dude, it's 2022. It's almost weird to be in the industry and not be gay. What are you looking for?
Too many pride parades at this point, buddy. Too many.
Like, come on. Now, let's be honest though. He did bring up a good point. Chappelle has a lot of accolades. He really, really does. Like, he's a lot of people call him the GOAT, and arguably so. But honestly, if you Google Chappelle right now, trans is going to pop up. I'm not saying 40, 50, 60 years from now that's still going to be the case, but like, this is kind of, using his words, the hill that he's chosen to die on. Now, some people might hear this and be like, bro, Chappelle, you really don't want to go down as the anti-trans guy. Some people might hear that and be like, my thoughts on messing with your gender, and a lot of Christianity comes into it. Some people look at that as actually a pretty good hill to die on. Now, I'm not putting words in Chappelle's mouth. I think he's just making a joke. It ruffles feathers whenever he talks about this community, and I'm sure he mentions them for a whole bunch of other reasons that I'm never going to know because I'm not in his head. But do I think for a second that Chappelle does a stand-up every single time and is like, bro, this is going to be my movement, this is going to be my message, this is what they're going to remember me for? No. He has a point to get across, and that's it. And for as long as they engage with him, he will engage with them. Why wouldn't he? That's all I got.
He's a comedian. What are comedians supposed to do? This guy is talking about him complaining about society and all the problems that society has. That's what comedians do. They take the bad things and they make jokes about them. So why he's deemed at the top of his game is because he's able to take these larger issues and bring some humor to them. And these are going to be controversial things. And the fact that you're bringing up that if we search Dave Chappelle, that the transgender jokes, that's not because of Dave Chappelle. That's because of the community, the transgender community, making him such a focus, and them going on Google and searching for their type of stuff. I can guarantee you there's not a whole lot of people outside of the community who don't need to report on it, who are going and searching for this, unless it's a story that was brought up by some kind of protest or post, or what else have they done? What else have people in the transgender community done at this point? Gone on TV shows, radio shows? When people go out and they try to make noise by going to all of these other places to speak about this comedian, and then you go on Google and that is one of the top searches, but it's not because of Dave Chappelle. The jokes that he's making, the comments that he's making, listen, I don't even know what to say without offending somebody, but they're based on something.
I did the Dave Chappelle Google test. I just Googled Dave Chappelle.
Okay.
What do you think popped up? Go ahead. Honestly.
Netflix. Probably some of the names of his specials. A comedian.
You want to hear something funny?
What?
You know how you said, "Oh, why did you come out? Did you come out to just come out, or did you come out for attention?" Bro, what happens when you attach yourself to the biggest comedian in the world? When you Google the biggest comedian in the world, you will show up alongside the biggest comedian. Bro, when you Google Dave Chappelle right now, Jerrod Carmichael's name pops up.
Nice.
Checkmate, brother. You got it.
Nice.
Checkmate, man. You got it. I'm not trying to take. I believe you're gay. I do. Right. But yeah, no, you well played, man. Because if you Google, I get more people are Googling Dave Chappelle than they're Googling Jerrod Carmichael. And when you Google Dave Chappelle, his name shows up. Good, awesome, good job, fantastic.
You know what's funny is I don't even think he's smart enough to plan that far ahead. I don't. Just based on the statement, what I've heard him say, I didn't watch his Netflix special. I didn't know who he was before.
HBO.
I didn't watch his HBO special.
Why is that funny? It's not funny. But,
I don't know why that's. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't watch the special though, and so I don't know who he was. I didn't know who he was before today. And if I did search for Dave Chappelle and his name came up, it's not one of the things I would click on. So
probably skip.
I guess he's gonna have to enjoy the one day that he's up there for the story, and we know why he's up there.
Jerrod Carmichael, I don't doubt that you've had a hard time keeping that secret in for a long time. There was a time when being black and gay was a very, very difficult thing, and you're like 40, right? So, he was alive and probably gay during that time. So I don't want to take away from his personal struggle, but brother, it is 2022. You're out, you're proud, and you're 100% living your best life, because the world, and hey, I don't want to take away from other gay people's struggle either. Everybody struggles. Every community, every person has their own individual struggles. But bro, come on, man. This industry right now, tailor-made for you. All right. You didn't have to do this, but so be it. Whatever.
Imagine using Dave Chappelle to get attention for coming out, and then being mad at Dave Chappelle's jokes. like
I can't. Oh, all right. I might give a stand-up a shot still. I mean, I'm gonna YouTube it. So viewing public, guys, I'm interested. I'm interested. Viewing public, what are your thoughts on this? Jerrod Carmichael, what are your thoughts on his comedy?
Like a race car driver.
Does he have a point? Do you think that this is gonna be Dave Chappelle's legacy? Trans jokes. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's keep it moving.
Sounds like a horrible exercise, Carmichael. Sorry.